Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the show. It looks like the SEC has given us some new information about how XRP might not be a protection for stocks. We're going to talk about what's going on and what it means for afterwards. In this video, I also have a lot of material and news about XRP. Let's get right to it. The movie will be short. I think you should watch this whole thing. Matthew LYN says that the XRP ETF will soon be approved. CC says that XRP is not an investment. This is pretty much the only line we need to read in this whole document. It says that the sponsor thinks it is following the right legal standards when deciding in good faith that XRP is not a security under the federal securities law in this case. This is because of these factors and the case law that has already been decided, especially the case on SEC versus Ripple Labs. The backer thinks that XRP is a good. According to the Commodity Exchange Act, the Commission has given the go-ahead for a number of types of trust-issued receipts, such as commodity-based trust shares, to be listed on U.S. national security markets. That doesn't really tell me anything else. But I want to talk about the SIBO BZX trade here. Crypto Eerie broke this down for us so we could understand what it means. Let me read this to you. The backer thinks XRP is a good, she says. Ideas for changes. Sinks wants to change its rule so that shares of the 21 shares core XRP trust can be listed and traded on February 14th, 2025. If these rule changes are accepted, they would make it possible for a new type of investment vehicle focused on XRP to be traded on the SIBO BZX exchange. This would give investors a new way to get exposure to XRP without actually holding the cryptocurrency. When you buy a share, you're indirectly investing in XRP because the trust holds XRP, and your share of the trust gives you a claim to a portion of that XRP3. These shares will be classified under the current rules for commodity-based trust shares, which are made for trusts that hold commodities like precious metals. But this time we're talking about digital assets, specifically XRP. These include measures for monitoring to stop fraud and manipulation, as well as ways to protect investors by making sure prices are clear and important information is shared. This tool is meant to stop people from being dishonest. So if you want to learn a little more, you can go look at what Crypto Eerie wrote here. Okay, XRP is about to blow up. I'll play this for you. The XRP network and the XLM network, also known as Ripple and Stellar, will carry more value than the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, or let's call it the Fortune 1000 companies put together. This is because the Internet of Value is so much bigger than the Internet of Voice and Data. For example, think about all the goods and services that Amazon sells. Makeup, suntan lotions, computers, books, and more. That's commerce that's based on dollars. When we talk about value, we can include stocks, bonds, swaps, commodities, options, insurance contracts, annuities, and anything else you can think of. We work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's about 5.3 to 5.5 on its own. The stores will be open 5.5 times longer. By being open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, they are better than banker dollars. The payment will happen in 3 to 5 seconds, around the clock, every day of the year. It will cost less than a penny per trade to do these deals and settle them. The Stellar and Ripple networks will carry a lot more value than the internet's voice and data traffic. This is because the internet wasn't designed to move derivatives, stocks, bonds, treasuries, and real estate land. Deals and derivatives, along with everything else that it's going to move. Again, the normal person has a hard time picturing how huge this is. Yes, it is really scary, guys. He's talking about a big issue that we've been talking about on this channel for a while, right? How a lot of people became billionaires. They bought technology if they didn't receive the money, right? Or some kind of tool that helped them get where they are now. Yes, I believe that's what we are all trying to do right now. We know that the crypto market is adding new technology to the table that will change how people, businesses, banks, and central banks do business. Right? And if we can find some of these tools that will be used on a large scale around the world for stocks, bonds, derivatives, real estate, and any other kind of equity, I mean, the money we're talking about is huge, right? A lot of people have no idea how much money we're talking about. As this number starts to show up on the chain, right? Is it really that crazy to think that XRP could be 100 or 200? Some people think XRP could even reach 6 figures, right? That could happen if the XRP system is the most popular blockchain for moving money around the world. Okay, how long it will take? That's the real question we're trying to answer. Stellar plays a big role in it. We're moving at Mach 7 speed into the Jetson era. It's like everyone in the world has been holding a basketball 7 feet below the water for the past 80 years. We're going to let go of the ball now. It's about to blow up into the water because so many people are behind it. Who knows how high it will go? Okay. We get it. Let's keep going. There's a rumor that David Sachs, Trump's crypto czar, will talk about Bitcoin, ETH, XRP, Solana, ADA, and a few other digital currencies. Okay, this is Lewis talking about $100,000 worth of XRP. So I was interested in hearing what he had to say. I wanted to check the math behind what he said too, just to make sure it was possible. I'll show you that right after I play this. XRP to $100. Okay, how to do it. There are people who think the price will go up to $100,000, at least for XRP. What's going to happen? They think that the idea is that big companies will start tokenizing assets on the XRP ledger and keeping value on the XRP ledger. This will reduce the amount of XRP that can be used for on-demand liquidity. XRP has to go through the roof when there aren't many small tokens available for on-demand liquidity and a lot of deals that need to use those tokens. Okay, let's look at the math behind what he says. I asked, how much value would have to be added to the XRP ledger for the price of XRP to reach 1,000,000? That means you're looking at about $5.70 quadrillion. There might not be $5.70 quadrillion in the world right now, but I'm not sure. Based on the current stock, this number is not realistic. Now, if there was a big change in the circulating amount because of staking, AMMs, central banks, or banks holding XRP for a long time, we could make some more changes here to find out what we were going to look at. So let me take a quick look. That's what we did. Look at this. Based on the 100K mark for each token, how much would need to be added to the XRP system if there were already 1 billion in circulation? So I wanted to see if we could substantially lower the available supply from 57 billion to 1 billion. I know this is very hard to do, but I want you to understand what we're trying to achieve here. How many Bitcoins would it take to get each token to 1,000,000 Bitcoins if there were only 1 billion lying around? Right now, this is a lot easier to handle. Look at this. To be fair, that's how much 99.86 trillion would need to be added to the XRP system. The answer is $100 trillion, right? Taking into account all the money that is coming onto blockchain, is it crazy to think that XRP could get a 10% or 15% share of that value? That would be more than $100 trillion, right? That's not too crazy for $100,000 XRP. It is possible, but we would have to add a lot of value and lower the number of tokens in circulation to less than 1 billion. I just try to look at it from a factual point of view and figure out what we're dealing with. David Schwartz says that payments are a problem worth many trillions of dollars that Ripple is working to solve. I'd like to play this old video clip. Proof of work was the part of Bitcoin we had not seen before. I believe the magic comes from the fact that there is no main boss. The public can see all activities. We can all see all of the rules for transactions. Transaction rules can be enforced by anyone. It seemed like that's where the magic was. Because of this, we took it apart and thought that payments would be the best use case to start with. The trouble with payments is that they cost a lot of money, and it looks like cryptocurrencies are naturally a good way to improve payments. That's why we focused on cross-border foreign payments, not because domestic payments are great, but because they're the worst. If you've ever sent money to someone else in another country, they surely have stories of bad experiences. So the worse the thing you start with, the less great you need to be to get better. I think we could be great and kind of take over the payments world in the long run, but we won't be there right away. So if we can't solve the biggest problem, why are we even trying? Anyway, Jack Drippler also says we're about to make a big move to $12.50, maybe even this week, if I'm not mistaken. We need to check that out. The NFT mint offer change was also made to the XRP ledger. More than 80% of people voted for it. Now, this has to stay the same for more than 2 weeks before it becomes a rule on the XRP record. This change merges minting and creating an offer into a single transaction to make using NFTs on the XRP ledger better for users. Our